If anti-hotspot tape has been purchased, this should be applied to the hoops before the cover is stretched over the tunnel. Roll the cover out down one side of the tunnel and stretch over the framework, keeping the inside face to the inside of the tunnel. Centralise the sheet along the length and width of the tunnel. Please be advised that the cover will not reach the ground at the ends of the tunnel. Cut a length of timber to fit across the lintel at one end of the tunnel and tack in place across the middle of the lintel. Cut a length to fit across the opposite end of the tunnel, but this time swing on the cover to get as much tension down the length as possible. Once happy, fix the cover batten to the lintel in the middle. This is so that pleats can be formed at a later stage when pulling the cover around the hoop. Down the side of the tunnel, working from the middle to the way out, stretch the cover down to the side rails or base rails and fix using a batten underneath the rebate batten. Try to keep the cover as smooth as possible down the length of the tunnel while pulling tight downwards and outwards towards the end. The cover can be grabbed anywhere below the side rail or base rail, as this section will be cut off at a later stage. On the ends of the tunnel, pull the cover around the hoop, twisting the wrist to form pleats. Work your way out across the lintel and then cut a length of batten to go down the doorpost. Again, pulling the cover around the hoop and twisting the wrist to form pleats, nail the batten to the doorpost as you go. Pleats should run out by the time you get to the straight side of the leg, at which point a smooth pile should be formed down to the side rails or base rails. It is advised that nails are placed no more than 6 inches apart. Cut a length of batten to go across the end rail, tensioning the cover down to the side rail or base rail, batten in place. Repeat the process at the opposite end of the tunnel. Once the cover has been pulled over the framework and fixed at the centre of each lintel, work your way down the length of the tunnel, starting in the middle. Pull the cover lightly down to the side rail and insert a plastic U profile into the top cover slot of the side rail. On aluminium base rails, the U profile is inserted into the only cover slot. your way out to the ends, making sure the cover is smooth from the ridge down to the aluminium rail. At each corner, trim off the cover in line with the end hoop. When fitting the cover to aluminium rails, don't apply too much tension to the cover, as this can split the cover when going into the rail. The cover should be tensioned later when lowering the base rails or side rail. At the ends of the tunnel, pull the cover around the hoop, twisting the wrist to create pleats, and nail the batten in place. Cut a length of batten to fit down the doorpost between the top batten and either the side rail, base rail or ground. Again, pull the cover around the hoop, twisting the wrist to create pleats. You should run out of pleats by the top of the straight side, at which point a smooth panel should be created down to the side rail or base rail. On the end aluminium rails, tension the cover down to the aluminium and insert a plastic U-profile to fix in place. Repeat this process down the other side of the door frame and at the opposite end of the tunnel. The cover can be gripped anywhere where at a later stage it shall be trimmed off. Cut the plastic T-profiles to fit into the U-profiles and hammer in place. This will secure the cover and the U-profiles. Work your way around the tunnel, down the length and to the doorpost, inserting the plastic T-profiles into the U-profiles. On the inside of the tunnel, loosen off any clamps holding the base rail or side rail to the hoop. Push the rails back down to their original position and retighten the clamps to create a drum-tight finish on the cover. On any hoops where a P-clip is used, fix the P-clip to the hoop using a self-drill screw. Once the cover has been fixed around the tunnel, go inside and loosen all the clamps on the base rails or the side rail. Force the base rails or side rail back down to their original position and retighten the clamps. Fixing any P-clips with a self-drill screw. This will cause the cover to get a drum tight finish. If side rails have been used, take extra care while trimming off around these rails so as not to hit any netting or polythene located below. Cut off any excess around the outside of the tunnel, taking extra care around the door frames. Carefully trim off any excess cover around the outside of the tunnel. Extra care should be taken when trimming off the cover around the door frame.
Premier Polytunnels supply a detailed construction guide with every polytunnel. We also provide a construction advice helpline 7 days a week, along with a comprehensive collection of online construction videos. If you have any queries or questions, give the team a call or visit our website for more details.